Good morning, everyone. This is day 3, which is Glacier Day. So today we will sail up through a fjord and go spend some time by a glacier, and then we will hopefully get to see a ton of wildlife. So we're starting this morning off with breakfast at Cabanas. So we went in and grabbed breakfast. And I grabbed a ham and cheese croissant, some eggs with salmon, churro waffles, sausage. Austin has most of the same stuff, but also with part of an eggs benedict, which is really good. The great thing about breakfast is you can pick what you want. So we often get a number of different things just to try, or because they're some of our favorites. Today may be one of the only days that they do the churro Mickey waffles, so that's really fun. The rest of the day is pretty much going to be us waiting in line for characters. So on Fjord Day and Glacier Day, there is not, there's really only like 1 or 2 excursions. So most people still stay on the ship, but all the characters will be in their Alaska gear. So it'll be very fun to get pictures with all of them. Okay, we have now been waiting in line for Minnie for about
too long.
40 minutes. 40 minutes. So
long.
I thought that getting in line at, like 8:50 for a 9:30 character would be good. And yeah, these are all the people ahead of us. So just make sure that you're really strategic with your appearances. You're probably not going to be able to do them in like the half hour. Like Mickey was at 9 and Minnie was at 9:30, and you definitely couldn't end up in line for both of them. So we've kind of spread ours out throughout the day, which means this man is going to be standing out here with me all day.
I'm cold.
He prefers the warm Caribbean cruise weather, but this is love, isn't it? Earlier today, we had talked about wanting to do all the characters, and I had every character down. We had Minnie, we had Mickey, Daisy, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, just everyone. And we got in line for Minnie at 8:50 for her character appearance at 9:30. It's been drizzling and in the 40s all day, and it just ended up being way too cold to stay out. So we waited in line for Mickey. We saw all those whales we showed you earlier. It was absolutely incredible. And seeing whales like that in the wild is such an interesting experience, because most of what you're seeing is just their blowholes, or the humped part of the humpback, but they're just these massive creatures underneath, and I wish we could see more. The woman standing next to me in line waiting for Mickey made the comment that she wanted like water x-ray vision to be able to see through, and yeah, I agree. That would have been great. But we decided to bail on Daisy, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. It was cold. It was rainy. They did have some carts out where they were selling a 25th anniversary, like heated tumblers. And they were filling them with hot chocolate, and you could add alcohol. So we put a little Bailey's in mine, and Austin just had plain hot chocolate. But we really enjoyed that this morning. But after that, we just went back to the room. We took a nap. We grabbed lunch. Then we came back up on deck and just watched a lot of the scenery. It's easy to sometimes get lost in your phone when you're doing videos and a vlog, but we wanted to make sure that we were really present for so much of this experience and not totally absorbed in our phones. So you're getting to see a whole lot of what we've gotten to see so far, which is absolutely stunning. But we're also taking some time to just enjoy some of Alaska for ourselves too. Everyone is up on the bow of the ship, but you can actually see the glacier really, really well from this far back. So I'm actually standing deck 10 aft, this is Paulo inside here, but I can still see all of the layers to this glacier. Just absolutely beautiful. And I know I keep saying that, but I honestly, I mean, there's no other way to describe this. And this is off the aft of the ship. Just absolutely stunning. That island out there is Sawyer Island. And we passed it on our way further into the fjord. This is something we weren't expecting. We knew today that there were going to be a lot less PA announcements, and they don't have a film playing, but what they do have is some of the bridge view camera, which you can actually see on one of the channels on your TV in your room. So we've watched some of that today as well. But it's giving you a really good view of the glacier and right off the bow of the ship. So if you got a little too chilly like we did, we went back into the cabin and hung out for another 30 or 40 minutes just to warm back up and left this on and just watched the absolutely incredible scenery without having to be quite as chilly. But we were not anticipating that it would also be on funnel vision. So you can see there's some seats down up under here where it's a little more blocked, and then they're also down on this side as well. Or if you wanted to hang out in a hot tub, or even the pools, which we've heard are warmed, but we don't actually know, how warm is warm when it's 40 degrees outside. But if you wanted to watch that way, you could as well. So then after that, we had our couples massage at 4:30.
Let me tell you something. I got beat up.
Yeah. But he asked for the deep tissue massage, and it was very much a deep tissue massage.
She was using her elbows to get in there.
Yeah, which he needed, and that was great. I didn't want something that extreme, so my masseuse did a hot stone massage, and that was very relaxing and really rejuvenating. But we will say this about the massages. If it is something, it was a very nice experience. The Senses Spa is very clean, very quiet. They have a sauna in there. Each locker room
has its own sauna
for the guys and girls. There are showers. They have really high quality products. And it was a really wonderful experience, but they also can be expensive. So if it's something that's super critical for you, if every cruise you want to get a massage, definitely book them in advance to make sure that you can. If it's something that you're interested in, the first day that we got on, embarkation day, they actually were running some discounts and specials. And I don't know.
You got like extra time. And I think it was extra time for the same amount of money.
Right. So like 50-minute massages could be $75 to $85, but you were still paying for like the 50 or 55-minute time. We also had Triton's for dinner, which was a new restaurant for both of us. Neither one of us had ever been on a Triton's or at a Triton's, and
it's similar to Royal. I always mix this
Royal
up.
Palace.
What is a question mark in there? Double check us on that. We were on the Disney Dream. I can never remember if it's Royal Palace or Royal Table. Let us know in the comments down below.
I want to say the other named one is on the Fantasy.
Yeah, they're both on.
They're the same
Dream
restaurant,
class,
but like one's Royal Table and
one's Royal Palace. So I can't remember off the top of my head.
If you remember and we don't right now, drop a comment.
Tell us.
Yeah. Anyway, so Triton's is a lot of French food. It was really great. We had escargot.
Fabulous. Let's just say it was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. But we tried the escargot, and which we had on the Disney Dream. It was so good.
But overall, the food was great. I think Triton's is one of my favorites on this ship, especially. I think Triton's is actually. I'll go ahead and say it. Triton's is my favorite of the restaurants, I think.
So then what we'll end up doing with the rest of the restaurants is now we've done all three. So we had Animator's Palette day one, and then last night we had Tiana's. Now, and then tonight we had Triton's. We'll actually start repeating them for some of the other nights.
So we go back to Animator's tomorrow. Then we have Tiana's the night after. And then I think we do Tiana's again.
We do. But that's the night we have Paulo booked.
Yes.
And I think that what our waiter was telling us was that third restaurant time will be Frozen themed. So when everyone is at their restaurant for the third time, that same one the third time, it'll be Frozen things. Yeah. But the food will be Frozen. Not frozen. Physically frozen, but Frozen the movie. Food, yeah. Frozen themed.
Hopefully you followed all that. Yeah. And then after that we go back to Triton's. And then
we'll have Animators
one more time. And then we'll have Animators the same for our debark breakfast.
Yeah. They'll put you in whatever your rotational dining was for breakfast that morning, because then they get everybody off the ship about the same time. Yeah. But
so overall, it's
still only day 3, so that's a long way away and nothing to worry about now. But it was a really good day. It was a great day for Alaskan scenery.
It was very Alaska. Very Alaska. Lots of wildlife, lots of green, lots of blue, lots of mountains, lots of ocean, lots of
glacier.
Lots of glacier. It's a big glacier. Yeah.
So tomorrow
we did get to hear the glacier
calving.
Calving?
That's what it's called, calving. Yeah.
Learned a new thing. Got to hear the glacier calving.
We couldn't see it. Because there were a whole bunch of people in front of us, but we could hear it cracking,
which was terrifying.
And also
scary noise.
Sad.
Well, yeah. Let's not dig into that now.
But it's one of those experiences that's very cool to have, but also really emphasizes the magnitude of what's going on environmentally. So, but tomorrow is our first official port day. It'll be day 4 in Skagway. We are not getting off tomorrow. So our only actual port adventure that we booked is on Juneau Day. So tomorrow the ship will be pretty empty because it'll be the first day that anybody can get off, really. I mean, some people got off today for the tour, but it was a really limited number.
Yeah, it wasn't in time.
Yeah. So we'll see what Skagway looks like tomorrow. We aren't sure yet really what the ports look like. So we will be interested to see if there's a lot going on, like right at port, or if you would have to take some sort of Disney shuttle to get further in.
So we'll let you know.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Have a good night.